Hello, Blizzard fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between Innovation and Life on Deadwing, the latter edition. Now, this is game 3 of their Best of 5 series from the recent GSL tournament that wrapped up just a few weeks ago as part of WCS 2015 Season 1. Get rid of that. Pull up this, pull up that, speed up a little bit here and introduce the players. In the bottom right, we have the red Zerg player, Life. And in the top left of Deadwing, we have the purple Terran player, Innovation. Now again, both of these players are the top of their game for their respective races in the StarCraft 2 universe. Life having taken GSL championships, Innovation having taken GSL championships. Both of these players are just incredible at what they do. This is a huge map. I would not be surprised. Okay, I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised to see Life take a 15 hatch here, but instead he goes spawning pool first. He wants to actually metagame Innovation here. He recognizes it's a huge map. So he says, I think Innovation is going to go command center first, and I'm going to try to punish him for that with some early Zergling harassment. And yes, indeed, it is a command center very early before barracks for Innovation, scouting out with the drone and the Overlord. He will know exactly where the Terran player is, and yes, he scouts it out, tries to delay this command center as best he can. A second SCV is pulled off the line, though, and forces the drone just to get a scout off instead. Here they come. Here comes 6 Lings. The pressure on this command center will be intense. The barracks is not close to being finished yet. Okay, it is close, I suppose. And here they come. The Lings move right on in. They're going to try to take down the SCV building this command center, and they do manage to snipe it down. Another SCV possibly going to die as well. SCV getting back to work and cancels the command center. Does get the wall up, though. Good move there by Innovation. The barracks finished, but the Zerglings can go to town on these buildings as long as Life wants to. Or I guess until the Marine comes out, being forced to pull off SCVs to repair these supply depots, lest they fall and a giant swarm of Lings come into the base. Life is playing this very, very well, getting a hatchery down back home. This is not an all-in by any means, obviously, because he can't go through this wall now that there's a single Marine up there. The Zerglings are dancing where they stand. Life kind of moving back and forth, feeling very confident after his game 1 and 2 victory, or rather games 1 and 2 victory, where he looked pretty dominant against Innovation. Again, this is a best of 5. If he wins this game, he wins the whole canoodle. So here we actually have 2 Marines at top of the ramp, and factory going down, and actually command center being rebuilt here by Innovation. He feels comfortable he can hold this off and expand here fairly soon, so we'll see if he's right about this. A third base coming down for Life. Did he scout that other command center, or is he just, he's kind of just blindly making that third command center? I guess he feels very confident. Again, he is actually down in Harvesters, though, 16 to 19 at this point. No gas being taken, you'll notice here, by Life, because he needs that mineral count and that mineral content to actually get his drone count back on up to catch up with the Terran player. Perfect inject there. Man, this is how you want to do it, Zerg players. If you can actually push off those larvae and see the Queen inject immediately after, that is so beautiful. The Lings are here. They're pretty much useless at this point. I mean, I guess they can keep scouting SCVs coming out there. They can kill any Marines that sneak out here as well. So, I mean, Life is pretty much safe from harassment for a while, unless a Reaper hops down. Are there any cliffs to hop down? Yeah, pretty much to hop down there, if at all possible. And here comes a Hellion. Can he get out there before the Zerglings intercept him is the question. The Zerglings are not actually interested in catching the Hellion. They're going to head back on home. There are a couple peeling off to do some scouting just to make sure no crazy command center drops come at places that he's not ready for them. Third base is just about to pop here for Life. And back in the Terran base, again, we are making more and more Hellions. And another command center coming up. Man, Innovation cannot be dissuaded from making command centers. He wants to be up to a lot of bases against Zerg. Even with early Zergling pressure that kind of forces him off that plan, he gets back on track as soon as possible and gets those up. Spinecrawler coming up to help defend against those Hellions, and the Great Wall of Supply Depots coming up one more time here for Innovation. He likes those. They prevent Zergling counterattacks and run-bys. Whew, and we'll see what's going on. Overseer swooping on along the top side, just checking out what he can check out. And here come the Hellions. The Hellion pressure is on at the 7-minute mark. It's a little bit late, but again, that Ling pressure caught him off guard. Queen here, Spinecrawler here, a few Lings. They don't have speed, but again, I think with the Spinecrawler, we're going to be okay. 3 total Hellions. They are being scouted by the Overlord. There's nowhere they can hide. And here we go. Queen coming on up. The Hellions say, nope, we're going to go right past you and try to get in here to the second. Another Queen manages to snipe down one of the Hellions. Drones being pulled off, trying to block this Hellion. It doesn't quite work, though. Another Hellion. 2 Hellions get into the main. And no turnaround, trying to catch these transferring drones. They do turn themselves into Spore Crawlers temporarily. Another Hellion goes down by this Queen harassment. Hellion moving around the backside. Pretty much just a scout at this point. I don't think it's going to get any drone kills whatsoever, but it is better safe than sorry. And just as I say that, he does get a drone kill, so well played there by Innovation. How many drones have been killed? 1 total unit lost there for the drones for Life. Again, not amazing harassment. I think Life's in a really good position here. He's at 3 bases. He's at 50 harvesters here at the 9-minute mark. He will soon be 60, 70, 80. And Innovation can't really do much harassment because he did get that 3rd command center again. Zergling blocking it, though. Not for very long. He doesn't have Burrow. The Hellions come in to roast him quickly. And there's the roast, and there's the drop. Mules being called down immediately by the Terran player. That's what you want to do. Get those mules up on those fresh, healthy mineral patches. That is a very, very good idea. A lot of lings coming out from Life. I don't know. Speed's just about finished. I imagine he's going to go up there and try to kill this 3rd base. If he has speed and gets us around on these Hellions, I think he's going to be okay. How many speedlings does he have? 53 lings. Alright, I think he's going to be alright. Especially when speed finishes, he can pretty much take these guys out, lock down this 3rd base as well. And here we come. More and more speedlings in production, though. 30 on the way. In addition to the 50 that are already out, banelings, speedlings. It's going to be a huge assault on this 3rd base. A small group flowing in, forcing the Hellions back. There are Marines here as well, but the banelings are going to come in soon. Marines don't want to extend too far. There we go. The speedlings wrap around from the left side and the right side, catching most of everything. Few banelings crashing in as well. They're going to be able to catch these Marines, killing a couple of them. These Marines die as well. These guys got into the main base. The supply depot wall needs to be lowered. Let these guys out so they can save this base, but no. Innovation decides to keep the wall up for now, lowering it just to let those guys out to do a quick poke and then popping it back up again. And the 3rd base has been stopped here for Innovation. A Queen has actually made it all the way out here. I didn't even see that girl coming. Wow, Queen is here as well, just for some extra anti-air, if at all possible. Trying to snipe down this command center. The command center says, I'm going to land just to spite you. Here come the Hellions trying to roast this Queen. But again, banelings coming in. They are slow banelings. They're not as dangerous as speed banelings. But here they come. They're going to try to smash down one of the supply depots. They do. The Ling Flood is in here. Does not look good for Innovation. Can he hold this off is the question of the day. Baneling hits coming down on these SCVs. Can we get another huge hit on that group of SCVs? Yes, another massive hit from those banelings. 12 SCVs dying in total in this attack. This Queen is still alive before she gets roasted to death. It is 60 to 41 harvesters. This 3rd base has been effectively locked down. So many mules getting killed by these lings as well. That's a huge pickup for Life. Killing mules is nice. It basically cripples the Terran mineral income for as long as those mules would have been mining. They are gone. It is 89 to 73 supply. So, I mean, Life is committing a lot to this attack. He is not out of the woods yet. I don't think he has the win sealed up just quite yet. He did spend a lot on those Zerglings and Banelings. He didn't entirely kill this base either. If you'll notice, it is here. It is mining. Here comes a push from a single... Actually, the group of Hellions did manage to get onto the creep here, but the Speedlings do shoo them away. On the creep, they are faster than Hellions. They can wrap around and get that surround that they so desperately need. Woo! Took another drink there. Apologize for the delay. But more Zerglings, more Banelings coming on up. Researching +1 attack and Carapace for those Lings as well. +1 attack and armor coming up for the Terran player. Moving up is these group of Zerglings. Again, trying to lock down this 3rd base. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Is what Life is going to try to do here. If you can catch these supply depots, that might be nice as well. But he goes right after the SCVs, killing 2 of them. Zerglings say, okay, there's too many Marines here. I'm going to have to back the heck out. Life is not interested in seeing that as well. Hellbats pushing on in. Medevac actually getting killed by that Spore Crawler and the Queen. So good pickup. Basically 2 drones or 2 SCVs. Good trade there, I think, for the Zerg player. He can replace them a little bit more easily than the Terran player can. Creep spread looking fairly good for Life as well. Not as good as the last game, I don't think. But again, I don't think he has many Queens out as he did before. A lot of those Queens are now Zerglings. 4th base coming up for Life in response to the 3rd base for Innovation. It's a little bit late, though. I think he really counted on killing that 3rd base. He wasn't quite able to do it, though. Big push of Marines coming on up. They have +1/+1 and Stim as well as Combat Shield. make them a little bit more scary against lings. You need banelings to deal with this. The creep spread, again, is super useful at the same time. Can this go up before the Marines show up is the question. And no, it gets sniped down by the Marines. Moving on in, scanning to take down as many creep tumors as possible is Innovation. 5, 6, 7. How many creep tumors are going to die here? Pretty much all of the creep tumors died, I think. Well played there by Innovation. Zerglings coming to try to stop the Marines from their deathly march onto the creep, pushing it back there. Just amazingly well played by Innovation, doing what he can to kill the creep tumors so his next attack is easier. That's pretty much what you want to do as a Terran player. Single Zergling hanging out here by the crazy volcano-looking thing. Probably going to die, though. Yeah, 2 Lings actually hiding back there. I did not see the other one. Ling pushing on up, just making sure nothing crazy happens on his end of the map. Here we go, moving on in. The sieging the low ground here with the Marines. Good positioning here. Able to attack this mineral line, but the Lings and the Banelings crushing on in. Widowmines burrowing and actually getting destroyed before they can get a hit off. More and more Marines pushing on in now. They want to siege this low ground so bad. Banelings pretty much exploding on nothing at this point. Widowmines getting hits, 5 kills on that one, 0 on the other one. Pushing the Terran player back, though. That's pretty much, again, what you want to do if you're life. You don't necessarily have to kill the whole push, but if you delay them, it lets your Mutalisks come out. It allows you to get up a big enough army so the next time the Terrans come back, you're a little bit more prepared for it. Mutalisks snipe down a Marine holding the Selnaga watchtower. Head on out. They're going to do some harassment as well, I have to imagine. Try to take down some of the guys here in this base. The missile turret is not quite ready for them yet. Innovation trying to slow it down, but not quite able to do so. 2 SCVs going down there, and Innovation says, fine, I have enough to defend against this back home with these Marines. I'm going to push your front door. Let's see if you can handle me without those Mutalisks. And here they come. Innovation sniping down a Spore Crawler. Banelings rolling in, really smashing on those Marauders, though, taking out a couple Marines, but not enough, I don't think. But here we go, swooping on in are the Lings, trying to get that surround, trying to get the Baneling hits. Yes, taking down everything on the ground. The medevacs are forced to swoop everybody up and keep them alive. Mutalisk attack on the left side, though, kills 4 SCVs. Widowmine burrowing here, trying to make sure the Mutalisks don't come back. Clumped up Mutalisks are a beautiful target for those Widowmines. And here we go, loading up. We're going to try to probably drop this high ground and keep guys on the low ground, I have to imagine. Yeah. Here we go, Medevacs dropping on the high ground, splitting up his forces, his life to deal with this. Marines being chased away by the Zerglings, by the Banelings. Marines on the high ground get cleaned up by the Banelings as well. Pretty much everything on the ground gets cleaned up except for 5 or 6 Marines and a couple SCVs. Infestation Pit coming up for life. He wants to have infestors to deal with his constant harassment of Marines and Marauders. I cannot blame him. It is a very, very important thing in this particular composition. And 4th base actually coming down here now for Innovation. He is also upgrading. Oh man, +3 is almost done here before the 20-minute mark. Huge, huge, huge play by Innovation, having that +3 so early. I mean, again, not super early, but again, in game 1, I don't think he got it at all. So it's just so useful against Zerg. It makes your Marines that much tankier, that much damage doinger against the Zerg army. So let's see. Again, both players just kind of hanging back. No big deal. The Queen didn't actually replace the Queen here, did Life. But I think he's happy with his production. He's happy with his drone count again, 86 workers. Not getting any upgrades currently, just a lot of Banelings, a lot of Mutalisks, a couple Lings, and actually upgrading... Is he upgrading to a Hive? Yes, he is upgrading to a Hive. I don't know if that's going to happen, though. A big flock of Mutas here trying to take this down. While the push at the front occurs, couple Baneling hits, but a large group of Marines and Marauders survive. Again, coming here to Innovation's favorite spot while the Mutalisks go to town on the workers over here. Banelings, so many Banelings smashing in, taking down everything, taking down Widowmines by accident almost. The Marines do respawn, they chase the Mutalisks off, and I think more and more Baneling hits. Mutalisks here can actually take down these Marauders fairly easily. It's the Marines he needs to be worried about. Mutalisks flying on in, sniping stuff down, trying to get add-ons, trying to take down missile turrets. But again, chased away. This is very hard to do as a Terran player, is deal with the constant Mutalisk harassment while at the same time getting the pressure on the front door of life. Small drop here gets cleaned up by Marines. A scan doesn't reveal much of anything. Cleaned up by Zerglings, rather, against Marines. Marine Zerglings sound the same in my head, and sometimes I get them confused, you may have noticed. Either way, another scan goes down. Innovation wants to take down another group of creep tumors. Spine crawlers? Anyway, creep tumors. I'm struggling right now. But either way, Mutalisks flying on in, Baneling hits, crushing most of everything on the ground. Innovation doing a good job keeping most of his guys alive, though. Mutalisk swooping right on in, forcing the Terran army back. But man, Innovation is being very, very comfortable on his 4 bases sitting here. It is 5 base to 4 base, lifting up a small group of Marines inside that medevac to swoop around to this right side while attacking on the left side. He really loves to siege down here, as we've seen already in this game several times. Oh, Mutalisk actually intercepted that medevac, took it down. Good game sense there by Life. Baneling's crashing in on the Marauders. That's pretty much what you want to do as a Terran player, is see if you can waste those Baneling shots on Marauders. It's a good thing to have here. +3/+3 attack now coming down from the Zerglings for Life. Zerglings, Banelings rolling in. Good micro there by Innovation to kill the Banelings before they hit anything of consequence. A Thor getting magic boxed here, picked up, run away by Innovation. Another Thor in the back. Great spread here by Innovation. Good concave. He is pushing in now for the kill. Marines, Marauders coming on in. Small group of Marines and Zerglings and Banelings and Mutalisks here. I don't know if it's enough. Innovation sieging 2 bases at once, basically. This base here. Marines rolling in, Mutalisks rolling in, trying to see what they can do. Splash damage, doing tons of damage to these Mutalisks, though, as well as the +3/+3 Marines. Throwing down men or mules is Innovation. He can smell the blood. Banelings crashing in, though, taking down that party before it even begins. Thor's being surrounded by Zerglings. Amazing pickup by Innovation, keeping it alive, and Life calls the GG. Innovation has taken game 3, and Life now leads the series 2-1. We'll have to see who can come out best in this best-of-5 series. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Blizzard upload. If you liked what you saw today, if you like what you heard, hit that like button, hit that subscribe on YouTube. You can also catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /Falcon Paladin. If you follow me there, if you like my posts, if you retweet my stuff, it helps get my name out in the StarCraft 2 a wider community and kind of helps me get viewers, which is something I'm very interested in. Either way, you'll be doing me a big favor. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, you take care of yourself.